Joe is out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. As we talked before.
Happy man. Here's about it. How by the way, Joe?
Yeah, okay. As we discussed before, the Civil Rights Act had nothing to do with socialist programs. Welfare was passed in the 1930s, not the 1960s. All the Civil Rights Act did was make it illegal to discriminate in education, employment, public spaces based on skin color. That's all it did.
And are you sure about that?
I am sure about that, yes.
Do you remember when Martin Luther King and the so-called civil rights leader gathered around
LBJ?
Yeah, when they agreed with LBJ that if they gave black people welfare and all that stupid stuff, the whole civil rights movement, the Jim Crow era was about Democrats not wanting blacks to be a part of the Democratic Party because most blacks were Republicans at the time. And so the civil rights people sold the blah, 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 blah. Why he's speaking over me, I don't know. But the so-called civil rights leaders sold the, Joe, if you do it one more time, I'll let you go. The so-called civil... coward. A coward just let you go. I let him speak and didn't say a word. And he wasn't telling the truth, so I let him speak anyway. And now he wanted to talk over me. I told you, black people cannot communicate. And that's why I'm concerned about the blacks. I want them to, all people, but especially the blacks, to give up the anger, forgive their mothers, forgive their fathers, and return to God, the kingdom of heaven within, so they can overcome this mess. They're being used and don't know it. I don't mind them disagreeing with me, but at least let's communicate about it. I told Joe, hold on, Joe, let me finish. And Joe kept talking. And I went, blah, 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 because he was talking. And then I'm like, Joe, if you don't be quiet, I'm going to hang up on you because you're a coward. What's cowardly about hanging up my own phone? What the? Albert. A first-time call out of Delaware. Albert, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Jesse, I'm from Jasper, Alabama, Jesse. I was born in 1951. And you're sitting up there lying, Jesse. We was all part of the civil rights movement, and I moved up north. So what are you talking about? And I ain't never lived in no projects.
When you say we were all part, who are you referring to?
Me, my family, and all us blacks who lived in Alabama. I don't know what you talking about.
When you say you were part of...
up there lying on the air.
When you say you were part...
Alabama, born there in 1951. And I left that racist state. Ain't nothing good about Alabama.
When you said that you, when you said that you were a part of it, what do you mean? How were you a part of the civil rights movement?
Civil rights movement. We all was down for Martin Luther King back in those days. We just feel sorry for the black man. So what are you talking about? You're sitting up there putting on ass for those white folks so they can pay you. And so you can wear them different shirts every day. But it's a God up there.
Albert.
You understand?
Hey, Albert, just calm down. I just want to ask you, you get a better understanding of what you're saying.
Sir, stop that, sir.
Albert,
for real.
When you say that we were all part, you're talking about your family, right?
70 years old.
Albert.
I'm 70 years old.
I'm going to try one more time.
You be doing?
Thank you for calling in, Albert. I wish you would let me dialogue. Black people can't dialogue. I'm sorry. Martin Luther King, that group of people were not about civil rights for the black people. Really. They were about control. They were about communism for black people. Martin Luther King, those guys sold the blacks out to the Democratic Party. When they signed that welfare bill, so-called thing, they sold the blacks over to the Democrats, because prior to that, most blacks, if not all, most were Republican. I wish that I could dialogue with him. Since I was born down there in 49. He was born in 50-something. And there were a lot of blacks who got involved with that thing down there, and that's what brainwashed them. That's what brainwashed them. And they have not recovered. They are no longer individuals. They are about their color. They're into being black. They're not into being of God. They're not about love.